Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. This is Monday, August 2nd, 2021. And the first item of order is call this meeting to order and take the roll. And tonight we have our village administrator, Rob Pisha, taking the roll.
Mayor Ogle.
Here.
Trustee Borelli.
Here.
Trustee Farina.
Here.
Trustee Ledden.
Here.
Trustee Petro.
Here.
Trustee Rossi.
Here.
Trustee Savaria.
Here.
Village clerk is absent. Attorney Mahoney.
Here.
Attorney Lamore.
Present.
Administrator is here. Assistant Administrator Barica.
All right, thank you. And if you'd join me and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first item on here is what we call the unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. At this time, I ask if anyone would like to remove any items from the consent agenda. Okay, hearing none, can I get a motion to approve? So we have Trustee Savaria with the motion and Trustee Petro with the second. We will go through these items here so that the people in the audience and those at home and also who might be on YouTube or on demand know that what we're voting on. And so the first item on here will be the approval of our minutes, and there was a revision that everyone on the board should have had included. And the next item on here will be the approval of the bills, and we will go to Trustee Savaria for that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The bills tonight equal $530,503.30. They're all pretty routine in nature. I usually go through and pick out items of interest. Really, the only thing of interest is we had a line item for Joey's Red Hots for $700 for 700 hot dogs. I'm assuming that was for Frankfort's night out against crime? All right, come out and get a hot dog tomorrow. All right, that concludes the bills tonight.
All right, thank you, Trustee Savaria. And we have actually a fairly short agenda on here tonight, so we do have two items on the committee of the whole report, and first I believe we'll go to Trustee Rossi.
Sanitary Sewer System Television Inspection Project. At the July 19th, 2021 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed 4 bid proposals received for the village's 2021 Sanitary Sewer System Television Inspection Project. The lowest responsive bid was submitted by Visu Sewer in the amount of $202,462.25. This project consists of televising approximately 100,000 feet of sanitary sewers within the Prestwick subdivision and the industrial area south of Laraway to identify sources of inflow and infiltration. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board to accept the low bid and award the contract to Visu Sewer for the project. The motion would be accept the recommendation of the committee of the whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Visu Sewer of Illinois, LLC for the 2021 Sanitary Sewer System Television Inspection Project in the amount not to exceed $202,462.25.
I believe you have the second item as well.
Okay. The Trolley Barn Parking Lot Resurfacing Project. The Committee of the Whole also reviewed 6 bid proposals submitted for the resurfacing of the Trolley Barn parking lot located at 11 South White Street and 21 South White Street. The Village and Great Space LLC entered into a lease agreement on April 27, 2015 for village use of the Trolley Barn parking lot as a public parking facility for supplemental downtown parking and community events. As part of the lease agreement, the village is responsible for the maintenance of the parking lot. The asphalt in the lot is experiencing areas of distress and failure and requires resurfacing. The lowest responsive bid for the project was submitted by Gallagher Asphalt in the amount of $59,709.40. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the board to accept the low bid and award the contract to Gallagher Asphalt for the project. So the motion would be, accept the recommendation of the committee of the whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Gallagher Asphalt Corporation for the resurfacing of the trolley barn parking lot located at 11 South White Street and 21 South White Street in an amount not to exceed $59,709.40.
Thank you, Trustee Rossi. Okay, now we go over to Trustee Ledden for the final item on the committee of the whole report.
Thank you. So the third item is parking lot light upgrades and bid approval resolution. The committee of the whole reviewed a request from staff to accept a bid proposal from Excel Electric to upgrade the existing lighting in the Prairie Park parking lot and 1 North White Street parking lot as part of ComEd's energy efficiency program. The program provides incentives and technical services to help municipalities save money and energy. Excel Electric is ComEd certified electrical contractor for the program and is under contract with the village for street and parking lot lighting repairs. Excel Electric submitted a bid proposal in the amount of $47,473 to replace the existing parking lot lights with energy efficient LED fixtures. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board authorizing an expenditure in the amount of $47,473 for the project. The motion before us is accept the recommendation of the committee of the whole and adopt a resolution authorizing an expenditure to Excel Electric Incorporated for LED lighting upgrades at the Prairie Park parking lot and 1 North White Street parking lot in an amount not to exceed $47,473.
Thank you, Trustee Ledden. Is there any discussion on any of those items? Okay, hearing none, let's go to the vote.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Farina?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. Now we're at this point where we call it the mayor's report. And the first thing, there was some good eating over the weekend. We had the amateur rib cook-off, and we do have the results. First off, this was held on Saturday, July 31st, and we do want to really reach out and thank everyone who attended, and as well as our participants, the contestants, but also our village staff, Sue Lynchy, Jill, and Kevin, who just did a tremendous job out there. And so the winners for the contest for 2021, first place was the group called Blowin' Smoke. Second place was Just a Smokin'. And third place was Chillin' and Grillin', some pretty unique names. And the crowd pleaser this year was Just a Smokin'. Tomorrow night, which would be Tuesday, August 3rd, will be our Frankfort Night Out Against Crime. So the Frankfort Police Department is going to host this event tomorrow from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. on Brighter Green in downtown Frankfort. Come out and bring your children to enjoy the games, inflatable play equipment, and the Touch a Truck program. You can visit frankfortil.org for details, but also you want to come out and meet your police. See them face to face, get to know them. We have just a great police force here. We're very proud of them. They work very hard, very professional, and they're very interested in being part of the community and reaching out to you. And we also have our Movies on the Green coming up, and it's going to be the final one for this season, and it's scheduled for Tuesday, August 10th. The feature film is Inside Out, which is a PG movie. The movie will begin at dusk in Brighter Green. The Frankfort Lions Club are going to pop and distribute popcorn for free. In case of bad weather, the rain date is one date from the original movie date. And our weekly happenings in downtown Frankfort, there's always something going on here. The concerts on the Green and the Country Market will continue every Sunday. Secondhand Soul, which is a Motown, funk, and soul band, will be the performing artist for the August 8th concert series event. The concert will begin at 6:30 p.m. on Brighter Green. In case of inclement weather, the concert will be moved to the Founders Center, which is at 140 Oak Street. Cruise in Frankfort also continues every Monday night in downtown Frankfort from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., and it'll continue through August 23rd. As most residents are aware, Fall Fest is just around the corner, and it's slated for Labor Day weekend, September 4, 5, and 6. The Chamber of Commerce is still seeking volunteers for the event, as they do every year. It's a great event. We'd encourage you to get involved as part of the community. You can volunteer for a couple hours, or you could involve yourself for longer. It's wonderful, and I served as a chair of the event some years ago. For questions regarding the festival, please call the Frankfort Chamber of Commerce. They're at 815-469-3356. And that concludes the mayor's report for tonight. So we will go to board comments, and we will start with Trustee Ledden tonight.
Just to follow up on your report with regard to some of the events, I was thinking about it today, and it's hard to believe it's August 2nd. And I thought to myself, I need to get to some of these things. And I also wanted to thank staff for all the things that they do put together, because we have some great opportunities to do some fun things here in town, and we really need to take advantage of that. And when I say that, I'm talking to myself. So thanks for that.
Thank you, Trustee Ledden. Trustee Savaria.
This evening, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Farina.
Thanks, Mayor Ogle. I just want to acknowledge staff, Zach and Marina, who organized and led 2 public meetings for our lead service pipeline. They had experts and engineers here to answer questions with mainly downtown residents, and I heard a lot of positive feedback that residents were able to sit here, talk, and look at the different types of system that's going to go into their front yard. So it was great. If you haven't had a chance yet to talk to staff, they're always available, and I know that they will be continuing outreach to our residents. So again, kudos to Zach and Marina. They did a great job.
Thank you, Trustee Farina. Yes, they certainly did. Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor Ogle. I wanted to thank the Frankfort Park District for hosting the short run on a long day 5K last week. There was a great turnout, and it is truly our homegrown race, running the streets of town, and the police did a great job monitoring traffic. You see a lot of neighbors out with sprinklers this year. It was delayed a little bit with COVID, and lots of kids cheering on all the runners. So congratulations to all that did run, and I will say I definitely completed this year, finished the finish line. So happy to be done with that. Also wanted to thank and congratulate the Bridges subdivision for hosting and again winning the Frankfort Annual Subdivision softball tournament. So beautiful day on Sunday, and there was quite a competitive crowd out there. Looking forward to tomorrow night. It is always great to have our community come together with the Frankfort Police Department, and I know my son will be all over all the equipment and excited to touch a truck. And lastly, as Mayor Ogle stated, there's just so many opportunities to volunteer at Fall Fest. I was really encouraged at the last volunteer meeting at the number of I am a first-time volunteer people that came out. So don't be afraid to come out, be a first-time volunteer. Lots of different time commitments and opportunities that would be available. And we're looking forward to the event. Thank you, Mayor Ogle.
Thank you, Trustee. Trustee Burley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I'll just echo the need for volunteers for Fall Fest, and I think one of the positions they're really looking for are called ambassadors, and it's really, being an ambassador is really a great opportunity if you're new to Fall Fest, because then you really get to see sort of the whole thing, and you can kind of come and go a little bit. So there's a lot of flexibility with it. I encourage anyone that's kind of on the fence to sign up. It's a great opportunity. So, and I'm looking forward to Night Out Against Crime. That's always fantastic. You know, you got to line up at like 5 o'clock to get a hot dog, right? I mean, the line's crazy, but it's a lot of fun. So looking forward to it. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee. Trustee Rossi.
Just a quick thing, they had the retirement party for Chief Wilson for the fire department. It was attended very well, and I have to say it shows again the good cooperation when we had trustees and staff at the going away for him. I think that looked really good and was very good. The other thing is, I was at the market Sunday morning, very crowded, very impressed with the amount of people there, and I have to tell you, I just kind of slowly walked through and listened to people, and they're all commenting, wow, this is really nice, this is really nice, this is a great thing, and that's good to hear.
Thank you, Trustee Rossi. All right, at this point, we will go to, I believe, our Assistant Village Administrator, Interim Chief, for our Police Department report.
Yes, on behalf of the police department, I'll give the report, but I'll be a broken record. National Night Out is tomorrow from 6 to 8. As you did say, if you're not there early, you will not get a hot dog because the line does start early. But there's plenty of events, so we will not run out of entertainment or things to do between 6 and 8. Hope to see you all out there. You know, it is, like I said, a great way to meet your police officers and get to know them, and that's what makes the community safer is when you have a good relationship with your police and your community. Which goes to my second part is suspicious. If you see anything suspicious, call the police. If you hear something's out of the ordinary, it doesn't matter what time of day or night. I know I say this often, but we want you to call us. That's when we want to go out and investigate it. So feel free to call us at any time, day or night. There are police officers standing by waiting for your call. So good time to do that. And then, of course, the hashtag 9 p.m. routine. Make sure you lock your doors, take your key fobs and your keys inside. The people are still out there trying to take cars, and it makes it a lot harder when they're locked and they can't get into them. That's all I have tonight.
Okay, thank you, John. All right, and now we go to our village administrator, Rob Bisha, for the village administrator's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I also wanted to thank our staff, Zach and Marina, and Robinson Engineering for putting on the lead service line open houses. I think they, as you said, they were very well received. I think it's an important step, as I said at the last meeting, the village has taken to help protect our community. Want to let people know, one of the questions that has come up a lot is actually from people that don't realize is if your house was built after 1986, you do not have a lead service line. So just wanted to assure people that there was a lot of questions from people in our newer neighborhoods that how come we're not expanding this to the whole town? Why is it just a small portion? And that's because we basically, through our studies, have try to identify the area that most likely there are lead service lines. We have talked about that if there, you know, if we have a chance that we need to expand the program a little bit. As you know, we have received additional funding, and so we'll see how it goes as far as if there's any other neighborhoods that potentially there may be some homes that didn't get caught in the program scope, but we'll address that as it comes available. But again, just want to assure people that if your house is newer, you don't have a lead service line, and again, the village does not use lead for any of its water transmission lines, so it's not anything to do with the water lines that are owned by the village. And finally, just want this time of year to remind people about brush removal. We do try to get through the entire town once a week. Sometimes what ends up happening is that you cut down the bushes, you see the truck and you cut down the bushes and put them at your curb, and then they sit there for another 10 days or almost 2 weeks, and you think, what's going on with the program? But again, we hit one area and then we go on to the next neighborhood. So I recommend that if you happen to cut down some branches and you have, especially if you have a large quantity, feel free to contact staff, let them know that the branches are there, because that way it kind of ensures that they get picked up and not left out there for an extended period of time. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Rob. Now we go to our village attorneys for the attorney's report. All right, thank you, Hannah. We have an item on here called Other Business. I don't believe we had other business coming before us directly. And we go to what's called public comment. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to come up and make a comment before the board? Okay. Hearing none, we are going to adjourn into an executive session, which it'll be for discussion of personnel under Illinois Compiled Statutes 5-120/2C1. So can I get a motion and a second, please? Trustee Savaria with the motion, Trustee Farina with the second. And if we can go to the vote, please. Rob?
All right. Trustee Farina.
Yes.
Trustee Ledden.
Yes.
Trustee Petro. Yes. Trustee Rossi. Yes. Trustee Savaria. Yes. Trustee Borelli. Yes.
All right,
Motion
thank you.
carries.
We are going to go into executive session at this point. We are in executive session, and we will not be taking any action as a board. When we come back out, we'll come back into open session and adjourn when we're done, but there will be no action taken further tonight. Thank you.